The Airbus A380 is the world's largest passenger plane, capable of carrying hundreds across 2 decks. So why did no US airline purchase the Super Jumbo? Welcome back to GlobeTrotting, your home for aviation analysis. Subscribe if you're new, as we do look to grow this community. The Airbus A380 is a beast. Equipped with 4 engines, it wows customers all around the world, and for us aviation enthusiasts, it's a piece of engineering that's hard to ignore. Therefore, thanks to its sheer size, capacity, and load, wouldn't this be an attractive option for airlines based in the United States, especially the legacy and big 3 airlines, United, American, and finally Delta? Well, you'd think so, but in fact, no. To this day, in 2022, and with the A380 production slam shut late last year following the delivery of the final unit to Emirates, not a single US-based airline flew the Airbus A380 at any point during its history. Why is this? Let's begin with one of the biggest reasons, the business model. There's a lot to unpack here, so buckle in. The A380 is a big plane. For airlines mentioned earlier, based in the United States, it's a plane that simply does not fit their business model. This is for many different reasons, but acquiring an aircraft like the A380 in this day and age would be a complete mistake for the airline in question, say, in this instance, Delta. Yes, it's an engineering marvel, but to accommodate it, significant changes would have had to have been made to airports around the United States. Granted, the A380 flies into US destinations with other airlines, but not on the scale to say if the big 3 were flying the aircraft out of all of their numerous hubs. It wouldn't be feasible, with the massive likelihood already of it being a gigantic fail for their types of operations. The widening of taxiways, as well as the building of new gates and inner terminal facilities, would have to be increased on a mass scale, and even if that were to occur, the mission statement and what defines the A380 still wouldn't match up. The A380's primary goal is to connect people to destinations worldwide, but thanks to its sheer size and capacity, we're mainly talking about large central built-up hubs, and then feeding onwards to connecting flights. It is a model of business that Emirates has built and done quite well with, as you can imagine. For Delta though, it would be a little watered down. Delta, for example, has a presence around the entire United States. Emirates has a hub in Dubai, their main home. Geographical location plays a role too. Dubai is truly perfectly positioned for connections either through Asia and or the Oceania from Europe, South Africa, or even the United States, the long way around. Whereas the USA doesn't have that. These airlines benefit from having smaller, more efficient aircraft that can fly multiple times daily, connecting passengers and offering a fantastic amount of flexibility on a host of services into, yes, main hubs like your London Heathrow, but also a presence in smaller European destinations as well. The A380's introduction came in the 2000s, as we know. However, it also arrived in an age where we were beginning to move away from 4-engined super jumbo planes. The dawn of a new era was coming, with more fuel-efficient types being present, from your 787s to the A350 at Airbus themselves. While these aircraft that I just mentioned, the next era, are incapable of carrying the same amount of passengers as the A380, several airlines believe that they're capable of doing the same missions alongside a 777 and offering better efficiency for the long term. While several US airlines flew the 747, you'll probably notice that they don't fly them anymore, and it's been quite a while. And also it's for good reason. They simply had their part to play and they reached their expiry date. And while several legacy airlines still fly dated aircraft, the pandemic has offered the much needed opportunity for fleet renewal and fleet retirement plans to really be put into action. These airlines are now overhauling their fleet with the next generation of aircraft, from the wide-body scene to the narrow-body scene, and ultimately having a plane like the A380 would not make much sense on many fronts. To this day, the A380 remains one of the best aircraft to fly on. I can confirm this, having had the pleasure on numerous occasions. But it is also an aircraft that is largely unfavoured by airlines around the world. Unfortunately, despite the sheer size of legacy carriers in the United States, which, don't get me wrong, is huge, for several factors that are all incredibly important in their own right, the world's largest passenger plane just doesn't work. But when it really comes down to it, it's the business model that doesn't see an A380 really fit into any position on their operations. Of course, we can always imagine what it would have been like to fly on board an Airbus A380 from Los Angeles to a London Heathrow with American Airlines or United. But the reality is, this will never happen. And what are your thoughts? Do you believe that US Airlines should have taken the punt, adjusted their business model, and acquired the A380? Or did they always make the right decision in steering well clear of it and focusing on other, smaller aircraft for their operations? You can let us know below in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Do take care and be safe, and we'll see you next time here on GlobeTrotting.